JJ, the CPA here. Hope you're doing well. I want to give you a quick summary about the Inflation Reduction Act. Basically, it is not changing anything that would really affect most Americans or most small businesses. It includes a provision to extend the ACA for 3 years, which I'm going to talk about. Includes extension and additions to getting tax credits for energy efficient and hybrid plug-in vehicles, as well as some minimum tax provisions for large corporations and additional tax credits for those that are getting residential or commercial energy efficient types of equipment and technologies. As I indicated, this doesn't have any changes to the tax credits for children or child care. So the increased amounts we saw in 21 are not in play for 22. There's been no changes there. Also, we don't see anything related to changing tax rates. The capital gain rates are staying the same. The brackets are staying the same. So with this, the biggest news probably out of it is that there's a lot more money going to the IRS, 80 billion with a B of additional funding going to the IRS. So they're getting their normal funding plus an additional 80 billion. Half of that, or 40 billion, is going to the hiring of 87,000 IRS agents that will be focused in on enforcement. The CBO estimates that there will be another 203 billion raised in new revenue meaning taxes, because of the new enforcement. Related to that, I think the enforcement will be mostly around who already owes tax. A lot on the payroll side, so delinquent taxes that are going unpaid. Also, I think there's going to be an increase in S-Corp and partnership flow-through entities. So be prepared like you always are by keeping receipts and following the rules and regulations that you already are. If you get audited, they're just coming to take a look like a referee making a call on a play. They're just going to follow the rules that we all know. Little details on the provisions for tax credits for vehicles is that it's up to $7,500, and it's a credit on new energy efficient, all electric, plug-in hybrid vehicles. And then there's a new provision that's added that if you are buying a used vehicle that's at least 2 years of a model old, then the credit is the lesser of $4,000 or 30% of the expenditure for that used vehicle. So that's new. A couple of things to note is that for these tax credits for the vehicles, if it's a sedan, then the cost needs to be under $55,000, whether new or used. And for SUVs, trucks, and vans, they need to be less than an $80,000 purchase price. Otherwise, it doesn't qualify for the credit. Also, if you make too much, the credit gets phased out. So for single individuals, if you make over $150,000 AGI, adjusted gross income, or married filing jointly over $300,000, then you're not going to get that deduction. There's a plethora of tax credits for residential energy efficient type expenditures that you can get up to a 30% credit. Now, most of those are going to have caps on them, but these are things such as solar rooftops or heat pumps or windy energy or geothermal pumps. Similar things for businesses that are investing in these things. A lot of tax credits that really would affect only the largest of entities out there investing in energy efficient, but a lot of credits related to that. It also extends for 3 years, as I told you, the ACA, that's the Affordable Care Act, basically in a nutshell, the provision that provides additional financial assistance for those that need it to pay for healthcare premiums. That will continue for another 3 years. Probably heard a lot about there's a minimum tax of 15% on large companies. These would be companies that have over $1 billion in gross receipts. So that's not going to affect small business owners. Also, there's a 1% excise tax, which is really for companies that would have any kind of stock that they would be buying back. So if they're buying back their own stock, then there's a 1% excise tax. But small businesses are not doing that. So this is something that really just applies to the largest of businesses. So I appreciate you tuning in. There's just a nice summary for you. I've got a number of seminars you should check out, not only just getting tax updates in detail, but also for continuing professional education. I'll put a link in the body of the video related to this, as well as a link to the U.S. website, U.S. governmental website that provides this bill for all the details. All right, hey, thanks for tuning in. I'd love it if you'd subscribe, and then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me. All right, hey, go and check out some of these other videos, some of these other playlists. I appreciate you.